All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Today, I was on the fence of just doing our normal ideation day versus... Let's make sure we are live. We're live. Versus just starting to build some free websites and reaching out to small business owners and letting them know what we built. Free, no strings attached. And I don't know if this is going to be a consistent Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, but I think a theme of the day, maybe Wednesdays moving forward, because part of me does want to focus on ideation for the week, but nevertheless, we committed to building free websites today, so that's what we're going to be doing. What's up, Sharma? How we doing today? So first things first, I want to go to Las Vegas. What kind of business do we want to target today? Now, we could have AI do all this for us. Yes. But I want to kind of show more of the kind of manual process associated with it. So let's just search HVAC since we've been on that theme. And let's just start opening up websites. Oh, this is outdated for sure. Outdated for sure. A little newer, but still outdated. Honestly, this first one is a very simple one. Okay, they do have a lot of other pages as well. Just feels very condensed. Yo, what's up, Derek? How we doing today? Oh, has it? Is there something going on in the country or just eventful in general in your day-to-day life? Yo, what's up, F-World? How we doing today? Wow, this can be improved quite a bit. I like the bulldog. That's really cool, actually. Nice call to action there. I feel like that should be top. Yeah, a lot of these just feel just old. So we can honestly pick any one of these. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh, family owned and operated. Like, wow. This does nothing. Okay, it does something. It just takes a while. They have a chat bubble here by text request. I'm like, this is my favorite one so far because it's family owned and operated. So we'll close out of that one. We'll close out of that one too. I like family owned and operated. Bulldog, I like this logo. I feel like we can have some fun with this, but that's bad too. I mean, let me rephrase it. Like, bad, it may be good for most of these, but bad from our perspective. Let's keep going. Just want to give a few chances here. Ooh. What the heck? That's a big team right there. That's cool. I got a soft spot for family owned and operated. So I think we're going to go with that one. This is like a cool, like, don't get me wrong, it could be improved, but the vibe of this is very interesting. Leo the Lion. Okay. What are we feeling? Family owned and operated today? Hey, appreciate you, Derek. Nice, Russ. Very nice. Yeah. I like the logo, don't get me wrong, but I think family owned, that deserves priority. Yeah. Oh man. Ooh. Well, I hope you stay safe above all. You know, I hope it's peaceful. At least peaceful for you, right? For citizens. I'm sure it's not peaceful for the government right now. Yo, what's up, Cuban? How we doing today? Yeah. That's what we're going to do here. Okay, super basic. Reviews by the city. Powered by online access. Even their website is dog water. And they're the ones selling digital marketing for home. I'm guessing they did the web design. Interesting. Looks like they have a very target niche. Look, mostly HVAC, some trade. What's the hotkey? Why is that hotkey not working? Is it? There it is. Yeah, we can improve on this. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start off free. What's the company name? Right Now Air. Make directory Right Now Air. LV. We're gonna spin up Claude first for this one. Yo, what's up? Who's 9? I hope I'm not butchering that. How you doing today? Yeah. Listen, this isn't going to be every live stream, but I want to at least one day a week take time out of our day, right? And just find a website that needs a little love, needs a little TLC, and build them a new one, right? And then email them and say, "Hey, listen, I'm still thinking about how I'm going to structure it, but listen, we wanted to do something good for the community. We noticed your website's a bit outdated, so we built you this new one, no strings attached. We can hand it off to whatever agency handles your website, or if if you have an internal team, et cetera, et cetera. Let us know what you think. And that's it. Rinse and repeat. Now, I'm currently building out a website factory that is going to automate all of this and do all of this kind of autonomously, so to speak. And I'm not launching it yet because I want to get everything on the back end working. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you start sending out all these free websites, there's going to be a small percentage who are going to say, hey, can't you just deploy this for us? We love your style. Can we hire you? Right? So you need to have packages and options for them to pay you. If, you know, the website's going to be free, but let's say they want you on a monthly retainer to update it and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You should have all that planned ahead of time as much as possible. So for the website factory, I am going to be using a completely separate domain because of the stigma around AI right now. I'm not going to send it from clearmud.ai emails. I'm going to send it from clearmudlabs.com, which is just an extension of us. But, and it has nothing to do with the labs.clearmud.ai tool that we're building. It's completely separate. But I want to have all that ready, all these boilerplate responses ready, so that when I set these automations to build at first one a day, we have auto responders depending if we get a response, right? So you want to plan ahead. But listen, the best way to get work is to do work for free. I know we're not all in a position to do that, but I feel like 90% of us here can spare a few hours a week to build things for free until it becomes paid. It's an awesome strategy. Just time up front. Leon the Lion is brand ambassador for Las Vegas. HVAC is wild. Nice. Very nice. Nice, nice, nice. So you're based in the UK? Oh, you're talking about the agency I was looking at? Yeah. Yep. What's up? Aura, how we doing today? Nicholas, what a small world. I'm doing this right now for my small business with Hermes SSHing into my host provider to try to get to create our website. Nice, nice. Let's go. Let's go. Hey chat. Hope everyone doing well. Yeah. Welcome. Hope you're doing well too. That's right. That's right. Okay. But you work with clients all over. Forgive me, man. It's, I try to remember everybody and sometimes I need like a little nudge, a little reminder. I do remember now, but, you said UK, so I had to ask real time. That's my bad. Very nice. Have you ever tried Fiverr? I have. I've tried it, and while I'm happy with it, you get what you pay for. Let's just put it that way. You get what you pay for. And I know we're getting into, you know, a stage in technology where it's easier to build things, but at the same time, something that would cost $40 on Fiverr, you get what you pay for, right? It's going to be something, spun up really quickly with no attention to detail, no personalization, no personal touch, not necessarily making it for a target audience. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Fiverr. I think it's a great opportunity for people to make money. But the quality of work there, with my limited use of it, it's, yeah, I'll keep it at that. Yeah, I have. Now, I want to try it again in a different harness. I used Kimi Code, because natively, if I'm testing a model, I want to use its native harness or whatever CLI solution it has. It was incredibly slow. I recorded a video for like 3.5 hours. It was, I posted it this weekend. I dabbled in both. So back when I was quote unquote out of work / retired, and I was trying to dip my toes back in and just look at what opportunities were out there. I went in as a seller, right? But then I've also gone in as a buyer, you know, with my previous company to outsource work whenever I didn't have the time to do it myself. And like I said, it's like you get what you pay for. If you pay cheap, you get cheap. And I also wasn't willing to sell at such low costs, right? I didn't like how people would just undercut you left and right. So I didn't really, you know, I didn't spend too much time in Fiverr. I just started building websites for old clients of mine instead. And it turned into work. Like, what's up, Duval? How we doing today? But yeah, listen, this is not me saying anything in particularly negative about Fiverr. I think it's great. I think it's a great platform. It's a great opportunity for both buyers and sellers, but it's not for me. And I'm a firm believer, you get what you pay for. So, all right, without squirrel ado, we're going to start off the build with Fable, and then we're going to hand it off to 5.6 Sol. Some key things to think about here is, you know, we want to keep their brand color. Check out their logo. Check out the alternating blue, red, blue, and then it's slapped on some yellow. I'm guessing those are the three primary colors we're going to have to work with. If you look at their vans, they're wrapped in kind of like a yellow/orange split with that text, blue, red, blue, you know, for right now air. But if you go check out their website, you'll see it's very, very outdated. So I wanted to build them a website that, you know, A, looks like it was built in 2026. B, is optimized for discovery and LLMs. So we want to use, and I can give you some reference docs for, you know, how to build and how to prep to make sure we rank higher on LLMs. But I don't want to give you too much creative restrictions here. But we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We want to use as many of the existing creative assets that they have, but we do want to give it a fresh look. So use whatever tech stack you think is best. I think the Shade CN library and then the UI.watermelon.sh components are a great starting point. All right. We're going to let Fable get to work here. And then in the meantime, let's split that over. We'll get that ready for, now where's their about section? There it is. Who we are. Yeah, very outdated. What's interesting is they say family owned and operated, and you would think there would be like a family section, but there's not. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like the whole about section. Yeah, I'll just see what Fable comes up with here. And here, like if you go, like here's a business strategy in the world of AI. Listen, we found this digital marketing agency, and they build websites, and here are their packages. You can go build a new website for every single one of their clients, offer it for free, no startup fee, and then get them on $4.99 a month. So undercut them. Like, The blueprint is right here. You can even automate this. So it's a very interesting. It's an interesting approach. Listen, I wouldn't spend my time personally doing this, but if you're out of work or you're trying to think of how to make some money on the side, this is a great opportunity like this. Go find some outdated, horrible looking websites, figure out who built them, right? And in this case, they advertise everything here. You know, not all of them will. It's easy for you to just go to every single website they've built in their gallery, build those clients new ones and say, hey, I'm an independent X, Y, and Z. I built this to you for free. Let me know if you'd like it. Bam. And then let's say 5% of them respond. Wow, this is really awesome. What is your monthly fee? Like, can we hire you? Can we bring you on board? Because they're already accustomed to a monthly fee here, right? They're already paying a monthly fee for another service. So chances are, if you do better work than that other service, they're going to ask, how much would you charge per month? And you already know how to undercut them if you want, right? Or not. Maybe you don't want to undercut them, but nevertheless, I mean, this is a business model right here in itself. If you click Boulder City, Nevada, you see the reviews on the bottom. It's an application called Nearby Now that gives text the ability to put in data of the work, photos, etc. Let's see. What are you referencing? Is it on that website? No. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I'm guessing it was from the maps we were looking at. Where's Boulder City? Isn't that up north? I'm not sure what you're referencing, Cuban. Yeah. Listen, I think it's great. It's great. I don't want to shit on Fiverr or shit on anybody who uses it or makes money off of it. That's no. It's just not for me personally, right? I think early on it was much better, right? When it was less saturated. But now things have changed quite a bit, you know. Yeah. Hey, I hope so too for you. Hey, that's actually brilliant. I haven't used Pomeli enough. Yeah, hey, I mean, have you tried any OpenAI subs? Have you tried using 5.6 Sol with your agents? Yeah, I mean, you never know, man. You'd be surprised, like, how closed off certain businesses are and how certain businesses only want to work with businesses who build things for their industry. You'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they're making decent money here, right? I would not be surprised. Now, their target audience is very specific here, though. You gotta understand that part. But you could be right. You could be right. But I mean, they're clearly building websites, so they're making money on the heating and air site. Okay. Go homepage and down. Boulder City. Yes. Yeah, well aware of it, right? You create kind of an SEO optimized page per part of that general radius of place you'd like to show up in for responses. Yeah, good eye. Let's auto mode this because, well, let's plan mode it first, but I would like to auto accept. Let's just auto mode that, see what happens. Right now, Air owned by 2 married couples and bought 2 local owned HVAC shops. Look at Derek over here doing research behind the scenes. I love it. Thank you. If not, just use Kimmy K2 variants for everything Hermes. I can look at. Got it. I mean, it may not be just for you to get a taste. The $20 a month GPT sub, I haven't tested it personally, but I figured you'd get a lot out of it. At the very least, it's a $20 experiment for 30 days. And OpenAI is known to do this as well. When you cancel, they'll try to give you 50% off. They'll try to like keep you on by giving you a discount. So you might get 2 months at, $10 or $15 a month. But nevertheless, try it and compare it to your experience with Kimmy K2. That's all I ask, right? If you have the budget for it. Because me personally, like, I only use 5.6 Sol across the board now. Sure, I use Claude CLI via Opus, Sonnet, and Fable for certain workflows, but I'm just so thrilled with 5.6 Sol as my agent brains and my agent, main agent models. It's you got to test it to see for yourself. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. I reached for the dark side and got a $20 a month OpenAI sub with $20 a month Llama. I use GPT as my orchestrator, and honestly, I have more than enough usage that I can consume. Look at this, Nicholas. I mean, when Sharma's using this setup, maybe it's worth trying. Maybe it's worth trying. Yeah, I'm finally using Terra, but it's not in the way that you think. I'm using it because I've technically deployed this new tool. I'm not promoting it yet. I haven't made a video around it yet, but I was on the fence of using a GPT mini model. I use 4 different AI models in this tool, so 4 different API tokens, and I want to keep costs down, right? Well, GPT's 5.6 Terra, even Luna as well. Like I might downgrade to Luna because Luna's even cheaper. Luna to me feels like the mini, but I know that's not a direct comparison. May the squirrel be with them. Yeah, I still have Claude through the end of the month. They might have redeemed themselves. We'll see. I think starting today, max subs get it, but it's still only 50%. But I'll be honest, like all the tests I've been doing now, mind you, they're surface level tests. I've just been building random things for demonstrative purposes. When I give Fable a specific goal, especially working with my systems, it's very effective. And I don't pay attention to how quick it is because I'm not staring at a meter or staring at the screen. I multitask. I give it a prompt. I move on to something else and I come back. So from that perspective, it's great. But I've been noticing Claude models are just so slow in all of my comparison videos, which by the way, I'm steering away from. They've been fun. I think I'll do them every now and again, but they're not my favorite types of videos to create. I'd rather create videos that bring more value than that, because there's only so much value you can show and give in a comparison side-by-side video. It's more like oh cool, oh wow, but like depending on what you're building, there's nothing, there's no value right past that point. So yeah, bringing around the thought, it's like I'll give Claude a chance through the end of the month, and maybe I renew the $200 a month plan, maybe not. I don't know. But they're just so slow. Has anybody else noticed this? And there's this it's not even a meme at this point. It's just a general consensus that Fable 5 is Mythos. and Mythos was a mythical creature created to hook people, right? When really it's just Fable. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do we think that's true? Good afternoon, Mr. Baker. How we doing today? Slow is one part of it. It's wasting a lot of usage by not being able to use the sub with my agents. Yeah. What's up, Brian? How we doing today? Cuban noticed it as well. Yeah, I mean, I know they were having issues not having enough hardware, but I'm really starting to see it. I'm curious if anyone else is seeing it. Fable is Mythos with guardrails. Okay. Oh, I'm sure he just pulled a fresh tray of cookies out the oven. Get it? No? Silence. His avatar. Cookie Monster. If I have to spell it out for you. I don't want any of that. Leave me alone. I'm wondering if I should use... Yeah, whatever. I'll use this email. Really? Where, on X? Or are you talking about IRL? Is it just one of those Mondays? All right. Yeah, I personally did a ton of work on OpenClaw this weekend. I did work on Hermes, but not my system, a separate system, a part of that retainer. Yeah, it was a solid weekend. Very stoked with, you know, don't get me wrong, OpenClaw was already becoming more stable from a gateway standpoint, but there was certain parts of my system I was putting on hold for repairing or improving until I migrated to new hardware. And since I migrated to new hardware with this new with everything going on and, you know, just life, I haven't been able to have that time. And yesterday I must have spent, I don't know, I mean, 4 hours first half of the day, another 6 to 7 hours after, you know, an early dinner. So it was a very solid day. Just in general, people don't seem to like the truth today. I mean, the truth is hard. The truth is hard. That's normal for Nicholas on a Monday. I prefer the truth, even if it hurts. Data layer done. Now brand theme. All right, I mean, he's just getting to work. I switched off of plan mode. But as you can see, it's like, I feel like if I were to side by side this right now, I know, not the most accurate comparison, but nevertheless, I feel like Codex would be so much quicker, but we'll finish off the work in Codex. I want to start the work though with Fable here. Okay. So it pulled business DNA. It didn't pull any of this, which is interesting. Cancel. I mean, honestly, pulling this and feeding it to my website factory might have to be a thing just to reaffirm its process of determining all of these. I'm curious. Let's see what happens when we say create a website. I want to see what it spits out. I want to see what it spits out. I also realized I forgot to put on that light back there. Ooh. This only goes so far too. I almost just pulled that audio interface off the desk. See, now at least you can see the framework tiles. You know, also, I'm gonna squirrel. I must have bought it at a great time because now, let's see. Shop all. Yeah, they're sold out completely of all of them. It's very interesting. It's like, did I just hop in right before, or did they just not have a big stock? Like, all of them are sold out. So I don't know if somebody made a video about these to buy these, but they're just all sold out. And if you see, I personally like refurbished because you know they test it thoroughly before it goes back out. That was like a $500 savings on the 128 gig. Looks like that one's only $400 savings on that model, base model, right? I gotta say though, like, I'm excited. Like, I kind of want to grab one of these, but I don't like how this was limited batch. This is the one I would have wanted. And there's a delay. Ships October. I mean, come on now. We're in July. Like, so I'd rather have it in a week or two. Plus, this one's also limited as there's not too many manufacturers for this LP DDR5. I believe this board should be able to support. Where's the specs? I want to say Core Ultra DIY. Where is the memory at? Oh, up to 64 max. Got it. Okay. But I was watching some videos on it, and it's like they're taking a page out of MacBook's book, no pun intended, to where the chassis is milled out of one block of aluminum rather than a mix of aluminum and plastic, etc. So it feels very sturdy and more like a MacBook Pro. So I think I'll just keep an eye on them. Listen, I'm not going to rush into a purchase. Maybe I'll wait for the next generation of these, since they're clearly improving on its foundation, its chassis. Plus, I was late to the party here with this, and I'd prefer 96 to 128 gigs of RAM. So I wouldn't go after this model personally. My next daily driver, I want it to be a beast, so it wouldn't be this. Oh my God. I mean, not bad. It went with this super high contrast shadow effect, which I'm a big lover of right now. I mean, if you guys want to take the easy route, just use Pomeli. This feels like an old WordPress website though. But I gotta say, I love that effect. It did a decent job, but I feel like it's missing a lot of things. Like we can't click into each page. It's not optimized. Right? Like it missed a lot of key pages from the original site that I would want to rebuild them one for one, just improve on it and maybe even add more, you know? Now, can we vibe code this? Let's edit. All right. Please visit and pull the original sitemap. I want to recreate with a fresh look, page for page. I can give it more, but let's see what it does here. Path of least resistance, just pad wording. Yeah, no. I understand the need for a path of least resistance. I guess there's a time and a place for it, but the more you sweep things under the rug, the more it'll come back to bite you in the ass down the road. So you might as well just address it early on. Oh, okay, Star, you got a framework 16. Nice. Okay, nice, nice. Linus minting moolah with his early investment in the company. Did he? Nice, nice. Good for him. So, I mean, here's another strategy. It's like, well, I'd like to believe that I know how to reach out to family-owned businesses. So we'll prep a response. You could have AI prep it for you, but I'm going to do it myself. And I'll show you kind of my thought process behind it when we're ready to do that. Preview a new tab. Let's see, did it? Okay, so it so Pomeli is restricted in a sense, right? I wonder if we continue to vibe our way through this, will it work? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Clean build, 23 static pages. So it looks like Fable did rebuild all the pages. Although I didn't check the sitemap to see. Let's spin up Codex. Yeah, but as I was mentioning earlier, I don't plan on reaching out through Clearmud.ai because there's a negative stigma around AI right now. Just in general, especially with certain target audiences. I'm going to reach out from a .com of mine. I might even reach out from a Gmail. I'm not sure. But, I mean, off the top of my head, how do you make sure you don't end up in spam? Just don't sound like spam. Don't have AI prep your response because mailboxes are getting smarter and smarter to detect AI templates and AI boilerplate emails. There are so many, like, I get so much spam. I don't even look at it. I don't even try to figure out what's like, it's just a waste of time to try to look through spam. but it marks a lot of things at spam. And I would probably say out of the 100 emails it marks as spam, maybe 1 is legit. So I don't even waste my time anymore. If Google Workspace marks it as spam, so be it. If they're really interested in reaching out to me, they'll find a way through other channels. Had a sneeze attack there. Oh man, what is going on? I also should probably go pick up that Jeep today as well. Yeah, but see, then that's... Listen, I think this is a great idea if you're trying to make this a full-time thing. For me, I already have my full-time thing. And I'm not taking credit for the way I'm about to say this, but this is how I'm pitching myself moving forward. When people ask what I do, I say I'm in pharmaceutical. I sell painkillers, but it's not what you think, right? I sell painkillers in a very unique way. And it's through the efforts of analyzing pain points in a company and creating solutions, normally with AI tools, to help alleviate those pain points, to reach whatever goals they'd like to set, right? We try to figure out what are the 2 things, obviously the one biggest thing that'll move the needle, but most companies can't put their finger on that right away, but they can put their finger on a handful, right? That's my focus. That retainer I've been sharing with you guys. I'm not going to share the amount, but it is, it's the only type of offering I'm going to do moving forward, to work with me or to work with Clearmud for that matter. And, that's my focus. That's my main focus. I don't need to make money off of this. This I'm just doing out of the generosity of my heart and my free time, right? And also I think it's valuable to show the process of the steps I would take to do this thing, so that hopefully somebody watching this gets inspired to do the same thing and just copy paste to me, right? And go make some money. Now, does this become another vertical of revenue that I could keep as hands-off as possible with AI agents? Potentially, sure. But that's not my focus. We're just doing this for fun. You know what I mean? So going back to your question or your comment, Star, I think that's a great idea, but I'm going to put an emphasis on but. When you offer too much up front, then their expectations of you are way too high. So if you never meet those, so if you ever fail to meet those expectations, well, guess what? Your credibility goes down, right? And I'm not going to get into creating Instagram reels or social media cards for companies because that's just not my focus. You see my point? So I think it's also about knowing your strengths and knowing what other skill sets you bring to the table. So what little cherry on top can you add to the deal to say, hey, we can also do this, right? Yeah. No, hope that answers it. I think it's a great idea. And reading the second half of your comment, I used to make TV commercials for local market, and that's always a big ask. Nice, nice. And yeah, maybe this is something you upsell. Maybe you build the website for free. They ask about what you do. Say, hey, we build websites, but we also do X, Y, and Z. If you're interested, we can hop on a call and we can share our costs for that. But again, to reiterate, this website was free, no strings attached, right? Like, I think that's key. That's your foot in the door. See, this is beautiful. I love this, right? You know your background better than I do, right? Like, that's awesome. So it's natural for you. It's easy for you, right? So that's a nice little, yeah. Listen, I mean, for anybody watching this, like, know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Like, what else can you bring to the table? This is just super surface level of what we're doing, right? We're just doing a good deed for a small to mid-sized company, right? And whether or not it pays off, I don't care, right? I just want to hand off this website for free, no strings attached. But for anybody watching who wants to kind of follow this approach, you know, Star made a very good point, right? He knows his background. He knows what else he brings to the table. So maybe you can create a package or an offering in line with that, in line with your strengths, right? I think this is a great idea. That's awesome. Out of curiosity, what, I don't want to dox you. Are you USA based, UK based, Europe based? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if you shared that with us here on live streams. Wait a second. Mr. Baker, why am I seeing message retracted? What did you say that you deleted that I didn't pay attention to? Naughty, naughty. Oh, in other words, or in other news, did you guys hear Sacha Baron Cohen? I guess he just got done filming his second Ollie G. And when he films, he doesn't let people know he's filming, right? But my voice there was Borat. Why did I just say it that way? You know what I meant. Okay. APAC. What's APAC? APAC. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now as far as what region that is or what country that is. But nice. Very nice. Cool. Right on. Thanks for sharing. All right, let's read this out. So let's also go take a look. Okay. Hey, this actually looks pretty good. This is not bad at all. I'm not mad at it. Like it did a pretty good job here. Very clean. You're not bombarded with all this dead space up top between sections. Specials, comfort club. Definitely not perfect. A family business, not a franchise. What's this empty space though here? Why is this? Guess I get it. But on mobile it looks funky. Was there supposed to be something there? Is there an element that's hidden? Interesting. Okay. So let's go back to the home page. I think we can fix this. I think we can fix this. Listen, I love this starting point. This is great. Request service. Bam. Now let's go compare it to the original. What makes us different? All right, so one thing I'm noticing that's missing on this build is reviews by city. They're SEO optimized pages. Now, we should optimize them to help this company rank higher, obviously, across LLMs, any frontier LLM for that matter. But when we go to the homepage and we scroll down on the original homepage, if you click the service area banner that you have there, so those links actually link to individual pages. Please reference the original website and go pull those. Let me know if you need any specific links from me, but you are missing those critical pages. I think it should also be listed out in the reviews page itself. Yeah, other than that, I'll make some creative notes with you, but not a bad first go. Thank you. Wait, what I miss? What I miss? Mr. Baker plus typos you don't say. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. That's great. That's great. Too many spells. Oh, okay. Asia Pacific. Got it. So I've always like SEA, Southeast Asia, is always in my brain. So is it kind of one and the same or similar from that perspective? And the reason that's stuck in my brain is Seattle is abbreviated SEA, but also most of Southeast Asia is SEA, right? So, but I know that's just Southeast, right? So good to know about that. I didn't know about that specific. I'm having a brain fart, man. Monday blues today. Not acronym, abbreviation. No, abbreviation. I mean, that's a big market too. That's a big market. I mean, what do you guys think about this website that Fable put up compared to their old one? I think it's killer, right? I think we want to improve it. I think I'm going to hand it off to Codex to do the rest of the work personally. After it finishes adding those pages that it missed. But I want to improve on this section here, what makes us different. I want to add images to these. I don't like how they're aligned, right? Like this with this empty space. I would probably add, this is actually not bad, but I would change a little bit, right? Join the comfort club. What your membership pays for. Wait, do they have a, did I miss that? Did Fable add that for us? I think Fable added that for us. Where's its response? All right, I'll have to wait for it to finish. Yeah, I did briefly, and it's not bad, but I want to hand it off to Codex to finish off GPT's 5.6 Sol to finish that part of it. I don't need to come here for this abuse. I can get it. Oh, this is great. It's all love, Mr. Baker. It's nothing but love. Oh, I'm dead. But going back to this, yes, we did briefly, but let's also go check out. I mean, look at their header up there. This is probably actually, smartphones wouldn't be that narrow. I think it would be right around here. I mean, could be improved quite a bit, right? I do like the flow. It's just the way it's presented, right? So I think next up is, I might give Fable this task, but top to bottom flow, it's actually a decent structure. It's just, everything's just so large and you kind of like, I guess for this, depending on the target audience, this works. But this is all stock footage that we can make better for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what this, I'm pretty sure this was Fable going above and beyond. So we'll see here in a moment. All right, and while Fable's working, we're going to take just a very, very quick intermission here on my end. BRB. All right, we are back. Yeah, because then I can't really show you any of the process, right? The thought process that would go behind me manually looking. Yes, obviously, like if you want to send this off to your agents to do, that'll save you far more time, but it doesn't show you much on these live streams because I'm not only doing this for the company and just as a fun experiment, but I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for anybody watching who wants to see the process, and not everybody has their own OpenClaw or Hermes agent system deployed, right? Most people are going through this manual process of building websites. So that's why I figured I'd just do it this way rather than giving a task to one of my systems that are already in place with a lot of context, right? Because that doesn't bring anybody any value. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Corey? How we doing today? I think one thing they might reject it is because it's missing that nearby now piece where techs can submit live jobs. And what was done, these people charge a lot because they sell them on this logic. Let's go see. Nearby now? Am I missing this? Techs can submit live jobs and what was done. Are you referencing this website? I'm a bit confused by that one because I don't see that as a feature here. Click Boulder City. Seems very outdated. 47 days ago. Let's go check. I see what you're talking about. And we can recreate that. That's what's beautiful. Let's go to Henderson. It's a highly populated part of Vegas there. I know Boulder City is as well, but nevertheless. Okay, 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Good eye. Good eye, Cuban. Good eye. Good eye. Links each city to a nearby now powered page at web app. Embeddable widget that we could drop into these pages later. I mean, couldn't we just try to... Okay. I think that's something to... I want you to prep a README for this project. I also think that we need to incorporate that into our pitch, saying, hey, we noticed you're using Nearby Now. Since this is just a demonstration of what we built for you for free, you would still have to, you know, connect that with whoever manages your website once we hand off this code base. Something along those lines, right? Yeah. Yeah, and I think so. I think them rejecting it from the perspective of hiring us over hiring the other people, that's not what I'm aiming for. I'm just building a website and I'm handing off the code base. No strings attached. So maybe they do use it, but they hand off that code base to that other digital marketing agency, which then finishes that that work with Nearby Now, right? I think people are looking at it from I design and I know what I would add aspect, not the HVAC guy who knows his site needs work, but was just an 100-degree addict all day. Yeah. 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 Yeah, for sure. I think this is a great idea if I were to make this like full time. Listen, the whole purpose of this is just to build them a new refreshed site and then handing it off, right? Like it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be done. Nice. You should. You should. You should. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to be, once we hand it off to Codex, we're going to do some image gen as well. We'll keep their van, but I want to do some image gen for a lot of these tiles, as well as this hero header background. I want to do like a Las Vegas focused background that just has a gentle overlay. I actually would prefer this to be a pop-up. If you click on this in the header, the nav header, it should just pop up and allow them to contact and not have to force a scroll. I feel like is the move there. All responsive friendly though, for the most part. Yeah, just better, right? That's awesome. Yeah, listen, we're doing this for free. Like, we're not going to spend 20 hours on a site that they may very much say we're not interested in. Hey, no hard feelings. We're just doing a good deed here. That's all it's about. And it's going to be significantly better than what it was. And we're not even trying to sell them on anything. We will hand off the code base. Like, you know, I do not, at the beginning of this video, I showed my process. I mean, hey, I'm building websites for SMBs for free. I found this one. It's a family owned and operated business. I want to rebuild their website for them. Some key things to think about here. We want to keep their brand color. Check out their logo. Check out the alternating blue, red, blue. So I really just talked my way through my interpretation of the brand and the color and the logo, etc. If you look at their vans, etc. If you go check out their website, you'll see it's very, very outdated. I wanted to build them a website that looks like it was built in 2026 and optimized for discovery and LLMs. I can give you some reference docs for how to build and prep it to make sure we rank higher on LLMs. I don't want to give you too many creative. So this is key, I think is very important. Unless, of course, you have a specific, what's the word I'm looking for? A specific set of creative rules that you want it to follow, then it's just going to restrict what it creates, right? So I said word for word, I don't want to give you too many creative restrictions, but we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We want to use as many of the existing creative assets that they have here, but we do want to give it a fresh look. Use whatever tech stack you think is best. I think Shade CN library, it misspelled that, and the UI. So I gave it certain references. So this was the prompt. Yeah, listen, I don't build websites 24/7. My new focus is this retainer and selling painkillers, so to speak. That's my focus on generating revenue for Clearmud. Websites are, you know, it's kind of secondary. These are things I'll do as favors or for fun now. And as you can see here, like, we're just building this for free. And this is what the starting prompt looked like. I think that if I were to make a business out of this, I would definitely take the time to create a copy paste boilerplate prompt. But I personally don't have one, right? I kind of just shoot from the hip with each build. So I hope that answers your question, Cuban. Yep. It's just better. And all right, is ready. All right, ready for your creative notes. So we're gonna spit this down here. Close that. Please analyze this code base and read handoff docs originally built with Fable in Claude CLI. So I'll leave that session open up there, but I'm just gonna kind of move the, let's actually swap these so this goes on top. There we go. Wait a second, where's did I just lose it? Oh, there it is. I'll go that low right there because my video is covering the bottom, so I want to make sure we see everything. And in the meantime, I think the move is Clearmud Labs. That's who we'll email from. Let me pull this off really quick so I could, don't switch. So that's in Clearmud AI. So let's add account. And do I really have to? Skip. All right. Now this is a fresh Gmail I created for the website factory because I already knew that sending emails as clearmud.ai emails might get flagged as spam. So I'd rather send as a Gmail, and then I'll eventually associate like my first name at clearmudlabs.com into this mailbox here. So I just manage it through Gmail. But that's how we'll send it. No, no, you can still do that. Now I wonder if I can still do that because I have a business account. I wonder if it's disabled on the free accounts. I guess we're about to find out. Although for today's email, I'm not going to take the time to set all that up. We're just going to send it as the Gmail address. Okay. Thanks for looking into this. So looking at the handoff risks, yes, of course it's uncommitted. It's all local only. It's local per this directory. We haven't created a GitHub repository for this yet. Yeah, and the contact form not submitting anything, that makes sense, right? We would need to... This is just a demo of a newer version of their site, right? So that's something that we would have to mention, like, you know, please keep in mind, like certain things will still need to be reconfigured when we hand off the code base to whoever manages your website. Contact form, namely being one of them. Link currently fails, unescaped. Please explain a little bit further there. Dynamic pages lose the default social image. Okay. Generated service and city pages consequently have no. Okay. Please check their original website. If you go to rightnowair.com, please pull whatever assets you need to pull from the original website, as well as I want you to run through the site and do some image gen. Specifically for the hero header, I would like a background of the greater Las Vegas area, whether it's aerial, I guess show the strip in it somewhere, but it should be super zoomed out, but clear that if you live in Las Vegas, you know this is Las Vegas. And I want it to have just a gentle overlay over it so that the image itself doesn't take away from the text and the call to actions, right? So it should be very faint. And then as you scroll down on the homepage, what we do, I feel like every single one of those tiles under cooling, heating, and air quality, they should have some images tied in to those pertaining, relevant to that specific repair or service. So I want you to generate images there if you can't pull anything from the old site. As well as I think that the images you use there should be used in the hero header of the correlating page. So if I click on heating repair, the image that showed up in the preview module should be the background with a slight overlay, right? Not taking away from the header, the title, the subtext, the call to actions. But I think that would be a nice kind of like nice feature. Let's add that in there. Let's see what else. And I noticed near the footer on the home page, there's 2 back-to-back call to actions that say the same exact thing. Just pick one, please. And yeah, what tech stack is this built with, out of curiosity? Yeah, business claims need owner validation, prices, review counts. Yep, I agree. What's this? Also, what's this Comfort Club? Where did this come from? Is that on the original website? I want you to please look through the original website that's currently live. We got to make sure we're not guessing or creating new memberships or services or offerings for them. We're simply rebuilding their outdated website. Plain and simple. Answer these questions before and then obviously go through your recommended sequence, but answer these questions first. All right, we just vibed our way through, kind of just talking, see what happens. Squirrel, I got some miso paste, add some coconut milk, miso, peanut butter and chili oil along with veggies, etc. Add the noodles in broth to boil and protein of your choice. Boy, was I happy. Nice. Oh, probably pop 3. That would make sense. But if you forward, because let's now I'm curious. So this one here, send mail as, you can in theory say, hey, Marcelo at clearmudlabs.com. But then what we have to do is configure the outgoing server, right, to be sent through. So this requires some work on the hosting side of your domain. So that part still works. And then as messages come in, I can tag them. I'm not going to show my personal mailbox for clearmud.ai, but I did this trick with a lot of different domains. So I just log into one mailbox. And I have a ton of send mail as. I have a ton of linked accounts that receives the inbound, automatically tags them and categorizes them into each respective kind of inbound domain. And then when I'm sending messages, I can send as whatever I configure, right? But that outdated pop 3, yes, that makes sense for them to do that. But no, it looks like it still works. You just have to work some DNS magic on the hosting side. That's all. And it's not even magic. If you don't know how to do it, just ask your agent. Yeah. So, yes, they discontinued the ability to fetch from other accounts using POP3, they didn't disable it altogether, right? You can still, there are still workarounds that I'm still using to this day. So I thought, though, you had me wondering, like, I thought maybe it was because I have a Google Business Workspace account that I had certain features, but no, this is on a free account that I'm able to even get to that page, even get to that prompt or that pop-up to set everything up. So it shows it's still active on free accounts too. The workaround is not specific to whether or not you have a Google Workspace subscription or not. All right, while this is building as well, I do gotta make a quick call. So I'm just gonna mute my mic, do a little intermission. We'll BRB. All right, we are back. I don't know. That kind of messes with your guys' viewpoint, eh? Bam. Oh, give me 1 second here. Coming back to my voice. All right. Luckily, that call finished just in time with... I didn't want to rush off the call. But at the same time, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting when I saw this had finished. So we were only waiting for, what, 2 minutes after this finished. Let's review this. The Comfort Club is not invented. Oh, okay. So there is a maintenance plan there. Got it. Got it. Okay. Let's see here. It's hard to refresh this. Ooh, look at that. This is bugging me. This empty row is really, really bugging me. All right. Nice revision, looking good. What happened? So that overlay behind the hero header, I don't see Vegas. So if you're at 3%, bring it up to 50% split on the overlay to see, transparency wise, to see if that's a better fit. And then also the cooling section on the home page under what we do. We have that lone fifth tile taking up an entire row. I do not like this. That's wasted space. I know that with different resolutions, this would change, but we need to take a better approach here. And off the top of my head, I don't know what direction to take it. I want you to use your best judgment there. And then the service area. So I like the pill tags, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't add some type of pulsating effect onto one or two of them, or have them alternate to indicate that you can click on them. Yeah, but the transparency on, like I went to air quality, indoor air quality, HVAC. Transparency on those hero headers look great, actually. I love the gradient left to right approach. That's pretty sweet. It's just the home page. I don't see that I'm in Vegas. Even though I see a Vegas area code, a Vegas license number, I would like to see a more prominent kind of background there. And then fix that cooling extra row there. And what else? I think that's it for now. I think we're kind of almost at a point where we can just reach out to them. Like, we've spent a significant amount of time on it. I think. Yeah. I think the only note I would have is, as you're navigating the site, we have the navigation header. That request service button. I don't like how, especially on mobile, it takes us to the contact page, and then we have to scroll down to request service. I think if a user manually goes to that page, great. However, if they click the button and they're navigating the site, I think that should be a pop-up module to request service, right? So make it pop-up friendly. Don't replace the /contact subdirectory, but it's more specifically when a user's navigating the site and they're scrolling down and they decide to click that button in the header, that's a pop-up, right? Anywhere else, it takes them to the contact page. So it's just all about improving the user experience here. And then going to the list of everything you did here. Let's see. Yep, everything looks good. I love the demo badges, by the way, as well. The only thing I didn't validate was... Let's see. Let's go to Boulder City, for example. Recent work. So... I don't see there was like a social feed of technicians posting, a live feed of them actually posting pictures on job sites. I don't see that replicated onto this when I click a particular city or area. Let's see. Let's go to Henderson. Yeah, please navigate to their live website. Go to Henderson, Nevada, for example, and you'll see as you scroll down, you'll see kind of like a live feed of them posting pictures of the job sites or kind of their day. All right. Hey, I'm glad the music's good enough to keep you here, you know? I know that wasn't the most exciting thing, but to wait for me to come back. Head chop. Head chop? What do you mean head chop? I also had another dream that I went bald. By choice. By choice. Not that all my hair started falling out, but that I shaved my head. I don't know. Is that a sign? I've had I've had countless of those dreams. I mean, I've been growing out my hair for 10 years now, if you think about it. The last time I truly had a buzz cut was February of 2016. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. One of the cards had a mid-body shot. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Good eye. Good eye. Good eye. Also, see this card. Should not head chop. Let's shout out Ryan right there. Yeah, I would add a little bit more of a personal touch to this, but listen, this is all about just like, listen, you can get away with spending 2 hours on a new website demo, send it out, rinse and repeat. And obviously you can automate this to where you're not spending this time up front. But I think it's important to spend the time up front on your own set of rules. That way, all of the websites that you generate for potential clients has your touch, has your creative direction. I think that's very important. If you just generate something that it clearly looks like AI slop, you're just lazy and you're not actually putting in the work. I think there's certain skills that you can create that would follow a certain set of rules so that they consistently look like they were made by you. Maybe, have your own signature style, so to speak. But if you just create these AI sloppy websites, like, yeah, one person could deem this as AI slop. I don't. And my main thing is there's no purple. There's no purple. And we're actually spending the time to make sure that everything is as it was from the old site, but then we're paying attention to detail and adding images where needed. We're creating certain little user experience oriented changes and improvements based off of the first build. Like the definition of AI slop is you give it one prompt, it generates the output, you don't look at it and you send it. That's slop. That's sloppy. That's lazy, right? I think there's certain things that you can incorporate into your workflow to make it less sloppy. And all it needs is a few QA rounds, right? Because the first output, if that's all you send, that's slop, right? But if you have that second, third, and fourth round, first visually, or first comparing live versus demo, right? What you built, making sure that you have all of the pages and then some. and then another round with UI focused, and then another round with a UX focused kind of QA. And just really taking those step-by-step approaches of having those turns, you then have a good-looking website that the end user is not going to know that AI helped you create, right? I personally use OpenAI image gen for everything. I don't pay for stock photo repositories or anything like that. I never really did. I always used open source. So what's one good one is Pixels. I think it's pixels.com. Another good one was unsplash.co, I think. Unsplash.com. Yeah, unsplash.com. So these were just completely free. Obviously, you have to give credit to the person who created the image. But these were two of my favorites for just getting free stock footage without having to pay a monthly sub. But now with ChatGPT, I just have it generate what I need. Like, it does the image gen 2 is just so amazing that that's really all I use now for stock photos. So now let's go ahead. So I feel like these call to actions are here for a reason, right? Also, I'm going to attach to this image. So this is just a screenshot. If you go check out the current live site, they have these 5 call to actions there, which are there for a reason. They want those to be top of mind, right? So I'm wondering if we shouldn't also include these call to actions up top. We already have 2 of the 5, I believe, but please analyze those call to actions, analyze where the links take you, and let's weave that into our build, please. All right. So one thing I do want to see here is we're actually going to use Brave Search really quickly. Scott's the owner, apparently. Renee is the owner to obtain verified. Nah, there's got to be a way to. There's a better approach to this. Let's use Perplexity should be able to do a good enough job. Honestly, Claude should be able to do a good enough job too. So what we'll do is do me a favor. I have GPT handling this project directory code base now. What I want from you is to find emails for the owners and decision makers at rightnowair.com, because the default contact CTA on their website might not be the best one to reach out to. So we'll have Fable do some work on the side. Good stuff. Good stuff. Where are they based out of? Bulldog. What part of Vegas? Oh, they're right here by the airport. Oh, wow. Okay. What's interesting is there's like nobody. Oh, there's only one based out of Henderson. I would have thought there'd be more of them based out of this area. Okay. Man, we might have to finish this up Wednesday. As much as I'd love to sit here and wait, I want to beat traffic on something here. Dang. I could always just leave this workspace. We can finish this on Wednesday. Okay, let's see. So first initial, last name. It looks like the scheme of their emails. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Listen, as much as I'd love to sit here through it, I do have to go to the other side of the bay, and I hate traffic. If there's one thing I don't miss about this area, it's the rush hour traffic. You know, it's the rush hour traffic. I absolutely hate it. So I think we're going to end it here. We'll let this finish. I won't touch this until Wednesday, and we'll continue the same theme. I really wanted to knock this all out in one day. And in future live streams, I'll make sure to not have such a kind of packed Monday. But nevertheless, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I think we're going to end it here. Maybe Wednesday we can rebuild nearby now. Yeah, maybe. Right on, Cuban. Well, thank you. Thank you, Cuban. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Corey, for stopping by. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, F World. Thank you, Who's Nine. Thank you, Duval. And yeah, hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Thanks for spending part of your Monday with me here. Hope you kick ass this week. And looking forward to Wednesday. So, was there anything else I was going to say? Yeah, no, that's it. So, hope you have a great start to the week. Have a great rest of your Monday. And until next time, happy building.